Hello everyone, Linda Israel here, and I have a few colors of Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists in a variety of brown hues. And I'm going to show you how to use it to distress a page. I don't coffee dye paper, and part of that reason is it takes so much time to do it that you have to do a whole bunch, and then you have to store those, and I don't always do that color scheme when I'm making things, so I just like to make things as I go. So this is a quick way to kind of get that coffee stained look without actually doing it. So the first thing I've got here is some walnut gold Tattered Angels, and it's a pale brown with a gold in it. And what I found is, if number one, you want to shake it up, make sure all the mica is that was at the bottom is up in the fluid, and then spray it on some kind of surface. It could be an old piece of packaging. This is an old food tray. Just spray a few sprays in here, and then I have that's the wrong one. Here it is. A blending tool from Ranger Ink with one of the ink pad blendings. What do you call it? Blending pad. Couldn't get it out. And here's what I found is if I kind of just get this wet and I'm just rubbing it over the paper wherever it goes, and it just starts to build layers, and it dries really fast. So there's the first layer. So let me grab a different color. Let's see what I want to do this time. Let's do woven burlap. So again, I got to shake it up. This is going to be a darker color. And I'm going to go kind of around the edges because it's darker. So there's pretty much the first one, the first journaling card that I'm going to make with a little bit of color on there. And like I said, it doesn't take very long for it to dry. And what I like about it is I can keep going back around it and around it, adding more to it, making it as dark as I like. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to show you how to stamp on this card. I've had a question about using your stamps to make things for your junk journal. So I've got the Tim Holtz platform here, and what I've done is prior to the video I loaded it up with a few stamps. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamps on here. These are a variety of Tim Holtz stamps and stamp sets that I got from Michael's Recollections set. So I'm using some images out of this set and this set. Trying to give you a little better view there. And again, like I said, I just loaded up my Tim Holtz platform, and then I've got the journaling card. I'm going to push it down into the corner and add a magnet to it to help keep it down in place. I find that I really want to use the magnets when I'm doing this technique so that my paper doesn't shift if I need to stamp more than one time. And sometimes when you use multiple stamps, you do have to do that. Most polymer stamps are pretty much the same thickness. Sometimes, or clear stamps, sometimes some are a little bit taller than others, so you really have to push and work a little bit harder to get it done, or you need to only stamp that stamp by itself and then do the other. So I'm just going to ink it up with some Brutus Monroe detail ink. And I have found that if I stand up when I go to stamp this many stamps at one time, I get a better impression. So I'm just touching this to the stamps, pressing just a little bit to help coat that. And then I'm going to take the door and close it, and then I'm going to push. So that got a little bit lighter, so I'm going to do it again, just ink and press. So that got it really well, so I'm going to take it out, and I'll clean my stamps. I'm going to use the best cleaner ever, and I just spray a little bit, and I'll use my finger to kind of clean those up. And then I'm just going to use an old towel to wipe it up. I don't use baby wipes. They're just wasteful. I just use old kitchen towels that I purchased just for my craft studio. And every so often I just take the whole pile and wash them by themselves, meaning only my craft room towels are washed together, no other towels. Alright, so we're not done with this. And the next thing I'm going to do is I've got a stamp from Stampers Anonymous. It's old. I've had it for a long time. Actually, this one was given to me by one of my friends, and I've really enjoyed having it. So it's just a script stamp. I don't even know for sure what it says. I don't really care. And I'm just lightly inking that up. And then this time, I'm just going to kiss the page. Press once and lift it up. And it's going to give this kind of a mottled look. I didn't get a lot right here, so I'm going to just press my stamp in that corner just a little bit. And so there is the first journal card I made, and I'm going to go right back around and add a little bit darker color around the edge. And this time I have tattered leather. This one has a mixing ball because it was really thick. Alright, I'm going to spray that. And then I'm going to go right around the edge, just making another darker layer. You like that? Alright, so I'm going to show you another one. This time I have a book page, just a page out of a dictionary. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the Best Glue Ever by Scrap Perfect. Let me get the one with the bigger nozzle. And I'm just going to make a small bead right on the edge all the way around. And then I've got a 4x6 piece of cardstock here, and I'm just going to line this up on top, get it lined up, and then just smooth it out. I'm using my bone folder because that will help spread that glue all the way to the edge. And again, you don't need a whole lot of glue. It just takes a little bitty bit for it to attach. Alright, so now that I've got that done, this time I'm going to do it in a different order. I'm going to put this in the stamp positioner by Tim Holtz and stamp it first, and then we'll do some Tattered Angels on it. So again, I'm going to ink this up and stamp it. So that's how that one turned out. I'm going to clean my stamps and then we'll show you the next technique. So again, I'm going to get out some Tattered Angels. Let's see. Let's do the walnut gold again. And I'm just going to add it in wherever I want that color to be. Use a little bit of the tattered leather. And since this had the dictionary page, I'm not going to overstamp it. I'm just going to leave it. So there's the first card I made. Here's the second card. So now let me show you. Here's what it looks like with the stitching on top of it. That one's got stitching around, and I really made sure to add more to the edges. And then here is the dictionary page with stitching around it. I hope you like these ideas that I'm sharing with you, that you'll pull out your rubber stamps or your polymer stamps and just play. See what you can make. I like the stamp positioner because I was able to do all these really fast. Once I've got the design put together, I can make a whole bunch of journal cards. So these would be perfect for a swap, or if you're working on a journal and you want a bunch of the same kind of card in the journal. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. See the description box for link to my blog as well as to the products that I used here today. If they're still available, I'll have a link for those as well. And let's see, share this video if you thought it was helpful and you thought others would like it as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and then comment below. Tell me what are your favorite stamps that you like to use in your stash. I have so many that are some of my favorites that I alternate, but I want to hear what you share, or what you use. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fabulous day and keep on creating. Bye.